You can go so much further with a goal if you focus all your energy on that one goal and you're not dispersed into other goals. You can have everything, you can achieve all the goals that you want, but let's just not do it all at one time, okay? Let's just space it out. And before I get started, if you've never watched my channel before, I'm Karina, I'm a health coach, and I help my clients with self-development, reaching their goals, overcoming limiting beliefs, getting closer to their potential, integrating all aspects of health, because health is so multidimensional. And all my resources and links for coaching are all going to be in the description. Okay, I think it's called Pareto's Law. I'm going to plop it on the screen. And basically it means that approximately 80% of your outcomes are going to be a result of 20% of your inputs. Okay, so let's put some perspective to it. It basically means that if you had a store and you were calculating where your revenue is coming from, 80% of it would come from 20% of your inventory, meaning that like 20% is doing really well. You're known for 20%, this main 20%. So where do you think we can focus our energy? On that 20%. So this is how we can use this 80-20 principle, the Pareto's Law, to deepen your productivity with work and life and all your personal matters, everything that basically you're doing. This is just a very effective tool to just get things in order. So I just wanted to talk about that principle just to put that perspective out there for you guys, so you guys are aware, like, okay, this is something that I can maybe implement in my life, and I can kind of assess what is this like 20% that's actually bringing me the 80% of my results, and how can I focus more on that 20% and less on the tasks or the side goals that are just not bringing me the results I need right now. Sometimes we're just productive just to be busy. Even when you are doing things that are unproductive to society, like rest or self-care, are you actually doing that productively, or are you half-assing it? If you're half-assing it, you're not actually getting the complete rest. So I've had a discussion with my client recently about, you're resting, but are you allowing yourself to go fully into that rest? Are you giving yourself permission to rest? Are you giving yourself permission to take a break from being productive? Because this is how you show up as your best self. This is how you can go deeper into your work, is to have a restorative rest. You guys know I love talking about rest and slower living, and I want to get more into it, and I'm going to maybe post some like vlog type videos in the future. I think that may also be a nice addition to some of my talking videos. Getting into it, how do we discover what is our most important goal? How do we discover like what is the goal you actually want to work on right now? Most of the time you guys have 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 goals on the top of your mind that you have even written down. Probably you have them written down. Probably you have them on like a to-do list for the year or the quarter year or the month. Let's focus on writing all those down, get it clear in your mind. I want you guys to pause the video if you don't have a notebook in front of you or a paper or a sticky note. I want you to go grab that, put it in front of you, and I want you to start writing. Start writing number 1, goal. Number 2, goal. You don't even have to put numbers, you can just do jot notes. Once you've done that, I want you to ask yourself, look at that list, and I want you to say, what is the most important thing on here? What is that one goal that I'm like, if I do this, I'm going to feel super accomplished. I'm going to feel super fulfilled. This is going to bring me close to my dream life. This is going to light me up. This is going to make me feel so happy. This is going to make me feel so full of energy. Circle that goal. Now, I know there may be like this feeling in your body where you want to circle like 3, 4, but I want you to narrow it down to 1 and maximum 2 on this list. And now I want you to scratch out the other ones. And if you're in a notebook, turn the page and do a fresh list, and you're going to write only that one goal or only that 1 to 2 goals. But remember, guys, we want to keep it as short, simple, clear as possible. So 1, 2 max, almost as if it's like the title of the page. Now, what narrowing all the goals down does is it allows you to get deeper progress, deeper results, deeper transformations, because you're able to focus all your energy on one thing. I want to really pull you guys out of this multiple pathways, multiple avenues. Let's just think about another example. Let's say you have 5 different subjects in school, okay? 5 different subjects, yes, you get a good broad knowledge. Like you're getting a good variety, multi-dimensional knowledge, amazing. And you definitely left that year or this semester with a lot of knowledge. That's great. But how would it feel if you just had one subject the entire semester and a lot more depth to it? Maybe there was more chapters, more units, more readings, more projects. You're just deeper into that subject. You're probably going to retain the information better. You're probably going to develop a deep gratitude for this content, a deep like understanding and appreciation for it. It's just you build a deeper relationship with it when you focus on this one thing. I don't want you guys to look at your goals as some structural assignment. I want you to look at it as like an art, a relationship with this goal. This is a weird way of looking at it because like not a lot of people talk about this, but making your goal like a relationship, like nurturing this goal, taking care of this goal, taking care of the process of getting to this result that you want. It doesn't have to be so structural. It doesn't have to be so rigid. It doesn't have to be so masculine. There's a flow. There's a feminine within it. This relaxation, this deep understanding, this deep like letting go into the goal. Now that you have this fresh page, I want you to ask yourself, what is 1 to 2 steps, action steps, habits that you need to implement to reach this goal? How are you going to do this? So if this was a subject in school, we're going to use this as an example. The best way to retain knowledge, and this is a fact, is to test yourself. So to make yourself question, answer, cue cards, those type of stuff, multiple choice answers, and you're just testing yourself. This is the best way to learn. That's like the 20% that's going to give you that 80% results. Now let's go back to your goal. What is the 20% that you need to be doing? It's going to bring you that 80% results. Let's say I said you can only work on this goal 1 hour a day. What would you do? What would you use that 1 hour to do? What's the most important tasks? That's how you're going to figure it out. Ask yourself these better questions. What is the most important tasks? And how can I do them? And I want you to get into detail in there. That's how you're going to journal this out. This is a very, very quick way to streamline and get things done. And now I want you to also shorten the timeline of these goals. Stop thinking I'm going to read this book by the end of the year. How about we shorten the timeline and think like, no, let's dive into this. How does it feel to fully dive into a topic and to shorten the timeline? Now, I want you to break the page in half or go to the next page if there's not enough pages, not enough space on your paper. And you're going to talk about eliminating the distractions. So that 20% that we just talked about, that's the most important to achieve your 80% of your results. Now, 100 minus 20, there's still 80% of stuff you're doing that's unproductive or things that are just not bringing you results or happiness, joy, whatever. You can just fill in that equation. So I want you to ask yourself another question. What can I eliminate? What am I doing just to do? What am I filling my schedule with that makes me feel busy, but it's not actually productive, or it's not actually bringing me closer to this goal? How can I eliminate these distractions? Sometimes you need to take an inventory, and I go through this sometimes with my clients, is what are you doing at each hour of the day? Do this for a few days. I know it's a little bit tedious, but like actually write out every single hour. What did you do? Once you take an inventory, you end up realizing, okay, there's a lot of wasted time here. If you don't need to take this inventory, you already know you're wasting time. Perfect. Let's eliminate some of these things. Not because you're not allowed to live a slower life and that everything has to be so structured, but more so, are you filling your day with things that you actually enjoy doing? If it's something that doesn't bring you joy and you're just doing it to feel busy, you're just doing it to distract yourself, to numb something, to fill a void, those are things that would be so beneficial to switch out for more happiness-inducing activities. And it doesn't have to be a complicated process. It's just asking yourself these questions, asking yourself better questions, deeper questions to help you get to a better result. When you eliminate these distractions, not only does it help your dopamine receptors, but it also helps you bring in this tunnel vision. And when you bring in this tunnel vision, you're able to accomplish your goals faster, but naturally. It's not forced. It's just naturally occurring because you eliminated the distractions. You've cultivated this tunnel vision, and it's like, it's more fulfilling to you. Getting these goals done or doing these habits that bring you closer to the goal are fulfilling, and they're like, they produce happiness. They produce this serotonin, naturally producing serotonin. You're getting your body into balance. You're getting your body back into a state of like inner happiness, inner fullness. Now, if you want to deepen this even more, deepen the relationship with this goal, deepen your fulfillment that you feel with this goal, I want you to get into flow state. Now, flow state is, you've probably heard of it, it's where you just feel this flow of energy in this practice that you're doing. So usually these identities that you feel fall off. You're no longer like yourself, you're just in the motions doing it. You're just like being. You're not thinking about what time it is, what day it is, who you are, what identities you attribute to yourself. You're just in the flow. You're just in the doing. This is flow state. Okay, so I'm going to leave you guys off with that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All my links are in the description, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys for watching.